Hey everyone, so I've got a question for you. What's probably sitting in your kitchen right now that was originally invented as medicine? Give up. It's cereal. Yeah, that colorful, crunchy stuff we mindlessly munch on while scrolling through our phones in the morning. I was having my usual bowl of cereal yesterday when I started wondering, how did this become the breakfast? Like, when did we collectively decide that pouring milk over processed grains was the move? So I went down the most fascinating rabbit hole, and oh my gosh, the story of cereal is absolutely wild. We're talking religious fanatics, accidental discoveries, and marketing genius that literally shaped how the entire world eats breakfast. Grab your favorite morning drink because we're about to dive into the crazy history of how cereal conquered our breakfast tables. Okay, first things first. What exactly is cereal? I mean, we all know what it is, but let's get technical for a second. Branded and ready-to-eat cold cereals appeared around the late 19th century through the process of extrusion, but the concept is way older than that. Basically, cereal is processed grain that's been transformed into flakes, puffs, loops, or whatever fun shape companies can dream up. It's designed to be quick, convenient, and, let's be honest, addictive. But here's the crazy part. It wasn't meant to be delicious. It was meant to be healthy medicine. Plot twist, right? This is where the story gets absolutely bonkers. Picture this. It's 1863, and there's this super religious vegetarian doctor named James Caleb Jackson running a health spa, or as they called it back then, a sanitarium, in New York. He created what he called granula, made out of graham flour. And get this, the cereal was so hard it needed to be soaked overnight. Can you imagine? You had to plan your breakfast the night before. But here's why he invented it. It was developed as an answer to a growing dyspepsia epidemic in America during the Civil War, when many suffered from chronic digestion problems from unhealthy, high-protein diets. So essentially, cereal was invented because people were eating too much bacon and eggs and their stomachs couldn't handle it. The irony is real, considering what cereal has become today. But the real game changer came with the Kellogg brothers. John Harvey Kellogg and his brother Will eventually formulated the cereal flake, creating corn flakes that turned out to be much more popular than the wheat flakes produced by competitors. They accidentally left some cooked wheat sitting out overnight, and when they tried to roll it, it came out in flakes instead of sheets. Boom! Modern cereal was born from a kitchen accident. Now, how did this medicine-turned accident become the king of breakfast? This is where it gets fascinating from a cultural perspective. In the 19th century, large breakfast spreads became commonplace. After industrialization, with European aristocracy having giant breakfast buffets with cold smoked tongue, ham, sausage, and egg dishes, but cereal offered something revolutionary: convenience in an increasingly busy world. Think about it. As people moved to cities and work schedules got more demanding, who had time to prepare elaborate breakfasts? Cereal was the answer. Pour, add milk, done. It was marketed as modern, healthy, and efficient. The perfect breakfast for the new industrial age. Shredded wheat made its national debut at Chicago's World Columbian Exposition in 1893. And from there, cereal companies became marketing powerhouses. They didn't just sell food. They sold a lifestyle, convenience, and the promise of health. All right, let's talk numbers because they're honestly mind-blowing. Americans purchase 2.7 billion boxes of cereal each year, with the average American consuming about 14 pounds of cereal annually. That's like eating a small toddler's worth of cereal every year. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about how much we're eating, but who is eating it and how. Age demographics. Gen Z adults consume the most cereal. 67% eat cereal at least once or twice per week, compared to 45% of baby boomers. But here's the plot twist. 56% of millennials say they have eaten cereal as a snack at home, compared to 32% of baby boomers. We're literally rewriting the rules. Cereal isn't just for breakfast anymore. We're having it as snacks, late-night treats, even dessert. More than 90% of consumers are eating breakfast cereal for breakfast, but 43% also eat it as a snack. Global perspective. While I couldn't find exact regional breakdowns for every country, the trend is clear. Cereal consumption is highest in Western countries, particularly the US, UK, and Canada. But what's fascinating is how different cultures have adapted cereal to their preferences. Now, Here's where things get really controversial. Is cereal healthy or not? The answer is complicated, and honestly, it depends on who you ask and what you're comparing it to. The good news. Let me start with some surprising positives from the research. Regular breakfast cereal consumption is associated with a lower body mass index and less risk of being overweight or obese. That's actually shocking, right? There's more oat, barley, or psyllium-based cereals can help lower cholesterol concentrations and high fiber. Wheat-based cereals can improve bowel function, so some cereals are genuinely beneficial. Results from the Nurses' Health studies showed that 2 serves of whole grain cereal foods each day can reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 21%. That's actually incredible! The not-so-good news. But here's where the plot thickens. According to a 2018 study, children's cereals had significantly higher levels of total sugar, and eating excess added sugars can lead to weight gain and contribute to chronic health conditions, like diabetes and heart disease. The reality check. The truth is, not all cereals are created equal. Health experts recommend choosing breakfast cereal with under 5 grams of added sugar per serving, and healthier options have 6 grams of sugar or less per serving. Many fortified cereals are high in added sugar and refined carbs despite their health claims, so we really need to read those labels. What's absolutely fascinating to me is how cereal became this cultural touchstone. It's not just food, it's nostalgia, it's childhood, it's comfort. How many of us have specific cereal memories? Saturday morning? Cartoons with a bowl of sugary cereal? Late-night study sessions with cereal as our fuel? Cereal companies didn't just sell us breakfast. They sold us experiences, characters, and traditions. They created entire universes around their products. Tony the Tiger, the Trix Rabbit, Captain Crunch. These aren't just mascots, they're cultural icons. And now we're seeing cereal culture evolve. Cereal cafes, gourmet cereal bars, cereal-flavored everything. We've come full circle from medicine to cultural phenomenon. What I find super interesting is how different generations view and consume cereal. Cereal consumption decreases with age among U.S. adults. But it's not just about eating less, it's about eating differently. Older generations tend to view cereal as a traditional breakfast food, focusing on nutrition and routine. Meanwhile, younger generations are more experimental. We're having cereal at weird times, mixing different cereals, even using it in recipes. The majority, 71%, still prefer to eat cereal in a bowl with milk. But the when, where, and why has completely shifted. So where does that leave us today? Cereal remains incredibly popular, but we're more conscious consumers than ever before. We're reading labels, questioning ingredients, and demanding better options. The industry has responded with organic options, reduced sugar formulas, protein-enriched varieties, and more diverse ingredients. We've got cereals made from quinoa, chickpeas, even vegetables now. But here's what hasn't changed our relationship with convenience. We still want something quick, easy, and satisfying for breakfast. Cereal delivers on all 3 fronts, which is why it's maintained its breakfast crown for over 150 years. Look, here's my take after diving deep into all this research. Cereal is what you make of it. Choose wisely, and it can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. Studies found no significant differences in daily nutrient or energy intake between different types of breakfast cereals. So the key is making informed choices. The story of cereal is really the story of modern life. Our desire for convenience, our relationship with health and marketing, and how food becomes culture. It started as medicine for digestive problems and became a multi-billion-dollar industry that shapes how billions of people start their day. Whether you're Team Lucky Charms or Team Steel-Cut Oats, cereal has undeniably earned its place as the king of breakfast through convenience, marketing genius, and our collective nostalgia. In our next videos, we're going to dive deeper into what actually happens to your body when you eat cereal. The good, the bad, and the surprising. And then we'll explore the best ways to incorporate cereal into a healthy routine, plus some amazing alternatives that might surprise you. What's your cereal story? Are you a loyal brand person, or do you mix it up? Drop a comment below. I love hearing about everyone's cereal personalities. Remember, beautiful souls, food is personal, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach to breakfast. The key is being informed and making choices that work for your body and your lifestyle. If this deep dive into cereal history blew your mind like it did mine, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more food, history mysteries, And definitely stick around for our next videos, where we'll unpack the science behind what cereal does to your body. Some of the findings might surprise you.